नमस्ते, खुश रहो बिटिया। I am JVN Dr. Devendra Kumar Gora, Assistant Professor of English in Faculty of Education, Jayoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today, I am going to deal with romantic criticism. The awakening of sensibility is the most radical change that comes over in the English literary scene about the middle of 18th century. Sensibility primarily means the power of sensation, means perception, but this meaning has become overlaid with another, that of quickness, acuteness, and apprehension or feeling, with in turn was extended and during 18th century to mean the capacity of refined emotion, sensitiveness, generally in the face of external nature, and a readiness to feel for poor and the suffering. Rationalism, which had prevailed during Augustan age, and the respect for tradition and authority which the Augustan had inculcated, no longer satisfied. The commonly held assumptions about man, God, and society were breaking down, and the writers were thrown back on their own reactions and responses to the facts of the life. The region had failed to answer the fundamental questions about the mystery of life. Now stress shifted to emotion and imagination as safer guide to the truth. So, sensibility in various manifestations was the contemporary expression of what Johnson called that hunger of imagination which preys incessantly on life. This awakening of sensibility accounts for the change that comes both our literature and literary techniques in the latter half of 18th century. The neoclassical dogma is felt to be too cramping and narrow. Writers turn to a freer mode of expression. There are in romantic criticism basically ignores the rules, whether of Aristotle, Horace, or French, and emphasizes that the works of literature are to be judged on the basis of impression that are produced, not with the reference to any rule. So it is impressionistic and individualistic, and freedom of inquiry is its keynote. It is also concerned with the judgmentals, such as the nature of poetry and its function, not merely with the problem of the style, diction, and literary genre. It is neither judicial nor legislative. It is concerned mainly with the theory of poetry and its process of poetic creation. It also laid emphasis on imagination and emotions, not on reason and good sense. So poetic enthusiasm is no longer looked down upon by the neoclassicists. New definitions of poetry are attempted. Poetry is no longer considered as a mere imagination and invention, but becomes the expression of emotion and imagination as well. The views on the poetic diction and versification undergoes a very radical change. Simplicity is emphasized both in theme and its treatment. Romantic criticism quite remain very creative. It is as much as the result of imagination as works of literature. Critic expresses their views that entering imaginative into the thoughts and feeling of the writers whose works they may be examining. So the influence of Wordsworth and Coleridge was far-reaching. Wordsworth's preface to the lyrical ballads is an manifesto of the romantic movement, for it throws out hints and makes suggestions which capture the imagination, which lead to rise of romantic criticism in the early decades of the next century. So in the end, we can give that the summary of the main features of criticism. This period of literature is supposed to be studied, and all the lessons of the critics as well. So a man should be like what he does like. His likings are the fact of criticism for him. This is the kind of that continued, not on the basis of rigidity but rationalism as well. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query related to this session, do mention in the comment section. I firmly believe I will resolve all the queries by the end of this week through the online session. Thank you very much for listening me patiently and giving me your precious time. Thank you very much.